Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to today's reading from CC Chaitanya Charitamrita. We've been reading from Adi Lila, chapter 14, and we will be commencing from verse 68 today. Mukam karoti vachalam, pangum langayate girim yat kripatamam vande Shri Gurum Denitarinam, Parmananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. प्रभु तांड्रा पूजा पाना हासिते लागिला श्लोका पढ़ी तांड्रा भाव अंगीकार कायला. Being worshipped by Lakshmi, the Lord began to smile. He recited a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam and thus accepted the emotion she expressed. Purport: the verse quoted in this connection is the 25th verse of the 22nd chapter, 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The gopis worshipped goddess Durga or Katyayani, but their inner desire was to get Lord Krishna as their husband. Krishna as Paramatma could realize the ardent desire of the gopis, and therefore he enjoyed the pastime of Vastraharan. The gopis went to bathe in the river Yamuna. They left their garments on the land and dipped into the water. Taking this opportunity, Krishna stole all their garments and sat down in the top of a tree with them, desiring to see the girls, just to become their husband. The gopis desired to have Krishna as a husband, and since it is only before a husband that a woman can be like that, to fulfill their desire, Lord Krishna accepted their prayers by this pastime of stealing their garments. When the gopis received their garments back from Krishna, Krishna recited this verse, verse number 69. Sankalpo viditaha sadhavayo bhavatina mad archanam Maya numoditaha so asau satyo bhavitam arhati. My dear gopis, I accept your desire to have me as your husband and thus worship me. I wish your desire to be fulfilled because it deserves to be so. Purport: the gopis, the girlfriends of Krishna, were almost the same age as he. Within their minds, they desired that Krishna be the husband, but because of feminine bashfulness, they could not express their desire. Therefore, later on, after stealing the garments, Krishna informed, I immediately understood your desire and approved of it. Because I have now stolen your garments, you have presented yourself before me, which means that I have accepted all of you as my wives. Sometimes foolish rascals, not knowing the purpose of the Lord or the purpose of the gopis, unnecessarily criticize from their own angle of vision. But the real purpose of Vastraharan is expressed by the Lord in this verse, verse number 70. ए मता लीला करी दुन्हे गेला घरे गंभीर चैतन्य लीला के बुझिते पारे. After thus expressing the desires in each other, Lord Chaitanya and Lakshmi returned home. Who can understand the grave pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Verse number 71. Chaitanya chapalya dekhi preme sarvajana shachi jagannathe dekhi dena ulahana. When the neighboring people saw the naughty behavior of Lord Chaitanya, out of love for him, they lodged complaints with Shachi Mata and Jagannath Mishra. Verse 72. Ekadina Shachi Devi putrere Britsya dhari bare gela putra gela palaiya. One day Mother Shachi went to catch her son, wanting to rebuke him, but he fled from the spot. Verse 73. Uchishta garte tyakta handira upara basiya chena sukhe prabhu deva vishwambhara. Although he is the maintainer of the entire universe, once the Lord sat upon some rejected pots in the pit where the remnants of food were thrown after the pots had been used for cooking. Purport: formerly it was the custom of Brahmanas to worship Lord Vishnu daily at home and cook food in new pots. This system is still going on in Jagannath Puri. The food would be cooked in earthen pots, all fresh and new, and after cooking the pots would be thrown away. By the side of the house there was generally a big pit where such pots were thrown. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat down on the pots very pleasingly just to give his mother a lesson. Verse number 74. Shachi asi kahe kene ashuchi chunila Ganga snan kara yae apavitra haila. When Mother Shachi saw her boy sitting on the rejected pots, she protested, "Why have you touched these untouchable pots? You have now become impure. Go and bathe in the Ganges." Verse 75. Thashuni mata ke kaila brahma gyan vismita haya mata karaila stan. Hearing this, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught his mother about the absolute knowledge. Although amazed by this, his mother forced him to take a bath. Purport: the absolute knowledge explained by the Lord to his mother is described by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Amrita Pravaha Bhashya as follows. The Lord said, "Mother, that this is pure and that is impure is surely a worldly sentiment with no basis in fact. You have cooked food for Lord Vishnu within these pots and offered the food to him. How then can these pots be untouchable? Everything in relationship with Vishnu is to be considered an expansion of Vishnu's energy. Vishnu, the Supersoul, is eternal and uncontaminated. How then may these pots be considered pure or impure?" Hearing this discourse on absolute knowledge, his mother was very much astonished and forced him to take a bath. Verse number 76. Kabhu putra sange shachi karila shayana dekhe divyaloka asi bharila bhavana. Sometimes taking her son with her, Mother Shachi would lie down on her bed and she would see that denizens of the celestial world had come there, filling the entire house. Verse 77. Shachi bale yaha putra bolaha bapere matri agya paya prabhu chalila bahire. Once Mother Shachi told the Lord, "Please go call your father." Receiving this order from his mother, the Lord went out to call him. Verse number 78. Chalite charane nupur baje jhan jhan shuni chamkita haila chamkit haila pita matara mana. When the child was going out, there was a tinkling of ankle bells from his lotus feet. Hearing this, his father and mother were struck with wonder. Verse number 79. Mishra kahe ei bada adbhuta kahini shishura shunya pade kene nupurera dhvani. Jagannath Mishra said, "This is very wonderful incident. Why is there a sound of ankle bells from the bare feet of my child?" Verse 80. Shachi kahe are eka adbhuta dekila divya divya loka asi Angana Bharila. Mother Shachi said, "I also saw another wonder. People were coming down from the celestial kingdom and crowding the entire courtyard." Verse 81. Kiba kolahal kare bujite na pari kaha ke vastuti kare anuman kari. They made noisy sounds I could not understand. I guess they were offering praise to someone. Verse 82. Mishra bale kichu ahauk Chinta kichu nai, Vishwambhara kushal hauk ei matra chai. Jagannath Mishra replied, "Never mind what it is, there is no need to worry. Let there always be good fortune for Vishwambhar. This is all I want." Verse number 83. Ek din Mishra putrera chapalya dekhiya, dharma shiksha dila bahu bhatsana kariya. On another occasion, Jagannath Mishra, seeing the mischievous acts of his son, gave him lessons in morality after rebuking him greatly. Verse number 84. Ratre swapna dekhe eka asi brahmana mishrere kahiye kichu sa rosha vachana. On that very night, Jagannath Mishra dreamt that a Brahman had come before him speaking these words in great anger. Verse number 85. Mishra tumi putrera tatva kichui na jane bhatsana tadana kara putra kari mana. My dear Mishra, you do not know anything about your son. You think him your son, and therefore you rebuke and chastise him. Verse 86. Mishra kahe deva siddha muni kena naya ye se bada hauk matra amar tanaya. Jagannath Mishra replied, "This boy may be a demigod, a mystic yogi, or a great saintly person. It doesn't matter what he is, for I think he is only my son, that is Tanay." Tanay is a synonym for son. Verse 87, Putrera Lalan Shiksha Pitara Swadharma Amina Shikhale Kaiche Janibe Dharma Marma. It is the duty of a father to educate his son in both religion and morality. If I do not give him this education, how will he know of it? Verse 88. विप्र कहे पुत्र यदि दैव सिद्धहाय स्वतः सिद्ध ज्ञान तबे शिक्षा व्यर्थहाय. The Brahman replied, "If your son is a transcendental mystic boy with self-effulgent perfect knowledge, what is the use of your education?" Purport: The Brahman Jagannath Mishra saw in his dream, told him that his son was not an ordinary human being. If he were a transcendental person, he would have self-effulgent knowledge, and thus there would be no need to educate him. Verse 89, Mishra kahe putra kene nahe Narayan tathapi pitara dharma putrera shikshana. Jagannath Mishra replied, "Even if my son is not a common man but Narayan, still it is the duty of a father to instruct his son." Verse number 90. E mate dunhe karena dharmera vichar vishuddha vatsalya mishra nahi jane ar. In this way, Jagannath Mishra and the Brahman discussed the principles of religion in the dream, yet Jagannath Mishra was absorbed in unalloyed parental mellow and did not want to know anything else. Put in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.8.45, it is said, Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is worshipped with exalted hymns by all the Vedas and Upanishads and by great personalities through Sankhya Yoga, in the mode of goodness, was considered by Mother Yashoda and Nanda to be their own little son. Similarly, Jagannath Mishra also considered Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu his beloved little boy, although he is worshipped with all veneration by learned Brahmanas and saintly persons. Verse 91, Eta suni dvijagela hana anandita Mishra jagiya haila parama vismita. Being very pleased, the Brahman left after talking with Jagannath Mishra, and when Jagannath Mishra awakened from his dream, he was very much astonished. Verse 92, Bandhu Bandhav Sthane Swapna Kahila Shunya Sakala Lok Vismita Haila. He related the dream to his friends and relatives, and every one of them was very much astonished to hear of it. Verse 94. Keta dine Mishra putrera hate khadi dila alpa dine dwadasha phala akshara sikhila. After some days, Jagannath Mishra inaugurated the primary education of his son by performing the Hate Khadi ceremony. After a few days, the Lord learned all the letters and combinations of letters. Purport: the 12 phala or combination of letters are called Refa, Murdhanya, that is cerebral, Na, Dantavya, dental, Na, Ma, Ya, Ra, La, Va, Ri, La, and La. Hate Khadi is the primary education beginning at the age of 4 or 5 years. On an auspicious day called Vidyarambha, marking the beginning of primary education, there is a ceremony worshipping Lord Vishnu, and after that the teacher gives the child a long chalk pencil. Then guiding the hand of the student, he instructs him how to write the letters of the alphabet, A, E, etc. by writing big letters on the floor. When the child is a little advanced in writing, he is given a slate for his primary education, which ends when he learns the 2-letter combinations, which are called phala, as mentioned above. Verse number 95. Balilila Sutra e Kaila Anukrama Iha Vistar Yachena Dasa Vrindavana. This is the symbols of the childhood pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, placed here in chronological order. Vrindavan Das Thakur has already elaborately explained these pastimes in his book Chaitanya Bhagavad. Verse 96, Atayava Elila Sankshepe Sutra Kaila Punarukti Bhaye Vistariya Na Kahila. I have therefore made only a brief summary. Being afraid of repetition, I have not elaborated much upon this subject matter. Verse 97. Shri Rupa Raghunath Pade Yar Asha Chaitanya Charitamrit Kahe Krishna Dasa. Praying at the lotus feet of Shri Rupa and Shri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Shri Chaitanya Charitamrit, following in their footsteps. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to Shri Chaitanya Charitamrit Adi lila, 14th chapter, describing Lord Chaitanya's childhood pastimes. So next time we will commence from the 15th chapter, the Lord's Poganda Lila. So thank you for joining. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki